Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Okay, hello. So sorry about that. As usual, I've done like YouTube for about a minute, and setting things up as a scheduled webcam apparently just means no to stream keys. Anyway, hello, how's it going? So just really quickly before I get into my Xbox Series X multi-sensory unboxing, I just wanted to say that obviously there are a whole host of unboxing videos that are going up right now. I know everyone's going to be going out with their content, and there are people who are amazing at what they do and breaking things apart. I just wanted to do something a little bit fun, a little bit silly. So please kind of take it in the manner in which it is meant, which is from a place of sincere love of Xbox. I'm deeply sad that I'm not going to be able to kind of share all of this like incredible new console stuff with the Xbox fam like face to face, just because of everything that's kind of going on. So yeah, I wanted to do something to kind of mark getting it in my house, and I've got to be really honest with you, I've been so good. It turned up last week, and I haven't opened it, I haven't broken a seal, I haven't done anything because I've been saving it to share it with you guys. Yeah, I'm really excited. Okay, so I'm just going to set a couple of things up because I decided that if I'm going to make this a bit stupid and a bit silly, I should make it really silly. So I just need to set a couple of little things up, and then I'll be back in just a second. All right? I'm really excited you're all here though. This is going to be really silly fun. I mean, because you can talk about tech specs, but at the end of the day, what does it smell like? These are the things we need to know. All right, I'm giving you 2 minutes. I've just got to like sort something else out back. All right? Give me a sec. What am I doing? I came up with this idea at like 6 a.m. Well, well, well. Are we ready? I do hope so. How is the audio now? Is it okay? Is it fine? Is it good? I do hope it's good. This is all a bit of a last minute. Bit of a last minute one. Okay. Okay, good. Super. Now, let us clap our hands together for the Xbox Series X. I really hope this works. Multi-sensory unboxing. Oh God, this is going to be a colossal disaster. But okay, why not? Here we go. Hello. And welcome to my Huntingdon estate. As you can see, I am very wealthy, and I have a fireplace in my house. I also have the constabulary just outside of my window at all times because I'm very wealthy and very rich. I am the foremost nose in the entirety of Europe. People often hire me to go and smell things that are fancy. So I thought, with all of this talk of this Xbox console coming out, that I would use some of the gifts that God gave me, mainly my nose and my ability to touch things in a way, to put it to use, because there are many of these videos that shall be coming out now. There are many of these videos that are currently circulating on the interwebs. But I thought that, as a consumer, I think it's important to understand the texture, the feel, and sometimes the smell and taste of an item that you're going to be purchasing. It's a big decision, and it is one not to be taken lightly. Is it very echoey here? Why is it so echoey? Oh, you know what? To pretend that I'm doing something else now. Wait. Okay. I am very new to using computers. When I do maths, I tend to count things using an abacus. But also, because I'm so wealthy, there are no numbers. People just know. Well, now, if you are a personage of someone who is very wealthy and gets told to touch things a lot, you do tend to wear gloves, sometimes to not get fingerprints. The first instance of this occurring was with Major Nelson. Yes, we actually were at Sandringham together. He first began the white glove, don't get your grubby fingerprints vibe many a year ago. And I shall take them off for the touching element to really get the feel. So, now we shall begin. I want you to fully understand that this box, aside from general openage to see what was inside, because sometimes I get crates of wines from Wainwrights, or whatever they're called. The thing at the back of the Daily Mirror. So the only thing that I've opened is the cardboard box. So let us begin with that. First of all, it's quite a weighty box. If we give it a sniff. Yes. It's definitely cardboard. A touch of oak. Postman's regret. And what's that last smell? Some kind of massage oil. Not really sure why. I feel it's important that you, whilst we are looking through this whole thing, I just need to rotate oneself around. The attention, to detail is quite magnificent. Now, it's not just any ordinary box. If we are to remove the games console's outer sheath, you will see inside that there is much attention to detail. Now, the Americans watching may think that these are donuts, but, and whilst Microsoft is an American company, I would hazard they are slightly upset polos, as we are British, and those are the only circular things we have. As you can see, the polo theme continues once inside, and it's a rather nice bit of attention to detail. Now, if I'm going to put this down here because these gloves have actually made it really slippery to pick things up, which was a slight oversight on my part. Even the flap has, yes, and within the Xbox box, for warmth, it comes with a small fireplace, similar to my own, a small oversight of green screening one thinks. Now, to pull this out. So, as you can see, there is the whole box here, and if you're someone who does not like wastage, you could perhaps use the box again for perhaps your Wellington boots post-ride, although you would have to put some sort of protective mat down, or to store your polos, where, as you know, if you are a person over the age of 75 in the United Kingdom, you are entitled to a pension, which means mainly that you just get a bunch of polos that you keep in your pocket. Well, I assume it's polos because that's all old people ever seem to have. We don't really do Werther's originals here. It's terribly uncouth. So there is a free box that came with it. This was fun. Now, getting to the console itself. It is still rather heavy, and it will make you reconsider. But actually, you can see there's much fireplaces within it wherever you move it. Even on the top here, even though that's not green, for some reason, there's also a fireplace in there. This is what will also keep you warm. And underneath, yes, as you can see, more fireplaces. It also comes with an exciting message on the back about powering your dreams, which I think is important. And this man is the Master Chief. He powers his dreams with unrequited love for tech, so I'm told. I've read some fan fiction. Now, coming to the main console itself. Yes, I'm forgetting my senses. Hold on, it's very high. First of all, let's give I need to find a gap to get a proper whiff. Now, whilst the original box did smell rather cardboardy, this one smells far fancier. Like a fancy stationery shop. Yes, there's definitely been some calligraphy pens in its vicinity. Yes. If you are going to house one of the next generation consoles, it should be within some rather fancy boxage. Now, this is, I rethought the table down here gets in the way. Ignore that, it's fine. I haven't opened this at all. So now we make the cut. And whilst some of you may be excited over a box fresh pair of trainers, or sneakers I believe you Americans call them, I would contest that nothing is greater than a box fresh console. For it is the stuff of dreams. No human has smelt within this box since its inception. So the primary whiff will be of one great deal of importance. I think of it like the Indiana. It's like no one has opened this. It's the Ark of the Covenant. Well, but, not awful. Let's get a first impression whiff right now. Oh, I'm getting new car. I'm getting father's workbench. Oh, yes. I'm again getting more stationery shop, but fancy stationery shop. You know, in sort of central London where pens cost more than children. Ah, yes. Now, it's a pleasing aroma. If it was manufactured into some kind of parfum, I would wear it, for it would remind me of the first day of the rest of our gamer lives. Now, if we just move this fireplace out of the way, as you can see, there's much attention to detail to protect what treasure lies within. Now, I feel that this juncture I might take off the gloves. I'm going against Lord Major Nelson's usual strategy, but I'm not going to drop this on a live stream because I would actually cry. Okay, now I have not thought the logistics through here. Hold on one moment. Right, let me put the treasure box over here. Now, I'm still fully enjoying the aroma, the delicious aroma of the box. Oh, we have some receptacles in here. Now, you see, whilst many may throw the box away, I feel that this would actually be, perhaps you were having guest rounds like Lord and Lady Kent, and you wanted to serve them perhaps some snacks, crisps, or chips, I believe you call them in the United States of America, but wanted to do it with such a dramatic way so that they will eat them. This is something you could do. Oh, hello, Lady Gwyneth. Care for a chip? And make her stick her hand into your box. There we go. Very useful, very practical. Now, within here we also have most of the other things as well. So I feel like I need to set myself up for this sensory experience. I would also like to stress that I am a trained multi-sensory unboxing professional. And as such, I am given, I did not think this through either. I'm given, as part of my training and tutelage outside of Huntingdon to do this, I am given a giant lifetime supply of antibacterial wipes. And in the current day and age, you should never put your mouth near anything that hasn't been anti-backed. And that includes humans. So, lest we begin. Now, I'm going to start with what they call the controller. Ooh. It comes with some batteries, which is great, because nobody wants to buy batteries. Okay, so here we are. Let's begin the procedure. I need to first, no wait, I need to clean. Where's my other? Oh, I have tissue. To give it a clean, here we are. Bit of a clean, bit of a dry. Now, the controller itself. It smells of delightful afternoons in the countryside and the faint perfume of somebody you're attracted to, and the joy of winning. But I mean, mainly it smells a bit plastic. I mean, it doesn't. It actually doesn't smell. It's not very plasticky at all. Now, in terms of touch, I've taken off my gloves. On the back here, along its bottom, yes, it's textured. Can you hear the texture? Yes, this is to keep the controller within your hands. It's nice. It has a good grip, solid grip. This is important as someone who is frequently awkward in social situations and therefore has an incredibly sweaty palm 9 hours out of the day. This is of use. You can hear the texture. Let's listen together. In terms of tactility, on the actual control pad as well, the analog sticks themselves still have that kind of robust and rambunctious flick and grip, as I call it. Delicious to the touch. Oof. I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes I just fiddle with the knobs. Not even playing a game, just fiddling with the knobs. The top surface is incredibly smooth, like the cheek of an attractive woman or man. And the D-pad is, I don't like to use the word sexual when describing inanimate objects, but it's pretty sexual. Have a listen. The punchy click of a D-pad. Yes. Ah, it's delicious. Right. So, I shall give it the full cleanse. I did not think this through. Now, in terms of taste, it's dry, crisp. There's an element of regret, but that might be about my life decisions right now as opposed to the controller. It's got a fruity hue. I shall, of course, fully clean these items before passing them on to anyone else. Who am I kidding? I live alone. Now, yes, in terms of the weight, this is the grip, the texture here. It's very visceral. It moves all the way up to the top of the triggers. There's gristle up here too. You know what it's like. Amidst a battle for your life, your palms get sweaty, your hands get sweaty. You can't remember which way the menus work. You're pressing every button, and this just kind of holds you steady. Holds you steady. Even to the point, I might add, we have just here, but also just a smattering here, like a little lick there of grippage, to really mean that if you are LBRBing, hold that finger where you need it to be. Yes, right here. There we are. It's held right in this nook here. It's very tactile. I'm going to enjoy immensely rubbing my hands within it of an evening. There we are. Let me just bring this closer to you so you can have a full see. Wait, wrong way around. I don't understand left or right. Sexual D-pad. Again, listen. And just yes, the car outside agrees. Oh, it's so pert. Oh. Flick of the finger, flick of the finger, flick of the finger. Oh my goodness, bol yolts. Thank you, kind sir. It's not often that someone recognises the finest nose in Europe. It's perky. Very, very perky. This is important. Perkiness on a controller, robust perkiness, is the key to a top-notch gaming experience. Nobody wants loose. Perky. Perky and robust. Definite feel here. So, we have the controller. Very pleased about that. Gorgeous. I'm not sure how keen you are for me to lick plugs. I mean, I assume you have all tasted a plug before after cleaning it, and when it's nowhere near electricity, please don't do that. So we have the plugs, all manner. Ooh, I tell you what, I'm not one for overemphasizing a cable or two, but actually having a decent cable supplied with whatever technology and unit you have is terribly important, because you don't want to be, in a couple of months' time, having to go onto bloody Amazon and reorder a bloody HDMI cable because the other one was crap. So, this one, I actually feel this is, I'm not kidding, this is quite important. This one It's thick. It's thick. It's rubber. Let's see how it unravels. Yes. Ooh, this has a high cable aroma. It's very strong, metallic, or pungent almost, but not in an unpleasant way. It is thick. You are right, Jakalupak's universe. Very thick. Yes. Now, if I give it a squeeze, definite deep thickness, not just cabular and sheath-like. It's a deep thickness. Yes, all the way through. Feels solid. Now, it's long. Shall we see? Nose to arm. We have 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 glasses of wine away, if that's your distance. 3. 1 glass, 2 glass, 3. Speaking of which, might have a little palate cleanse. It's the middle of the day, but palate cleanse. I like to cleanse my palate with wine. I feel like it's more appropriate. So we have cable. It's very thick. If I give it a bit of a wiggle test is important for cables. Yes. I can't feel any breakage. It feels mobile. The strong cable aroma is there. When you buy this, do give the cable a smell. It's deliciously spicy metallic. Ah, yes. Ah. I didn't think I would enjoy the smell of a cable quite so much, but when we finish the stream, I think I might sit. I feel like maybe perhaps there's a taste to it. Now, as I said before, I'm fully cleaning the cable here. Very important. Hygiene is important. If you're worried, drink more wine. That kills all germs and bacteria. Okay, now. Yes, the smell is very strong. Very strong. Okay. Sadly, the cable's taste is not as strong as that of the smell. The smell still is there. It's overpowering in a nice way. The cable itself feels fairly inert. But yes, I think if anything, it's the cable that's key here and the smell. So, this can now come out. We have finished the... Yes. I'm always fascinated by the Lego grade cardboard box, Nintendo Labo, foldy, cardboardy things they tend to have in all of these things that are perfect and perfection. So let's move this out of the way. I shall save this for when the Kents come round and to serve them biscuits. Now, let's get on to the main event. Palate cleanse. Delicious. The police are in the vicinity should anyone come and try to steal this. Now, so, this is the moment where I don't drop it. I should, okay. Let's lift the flap together. Okay, initial smells are sort of, not so much a country field, but sort of a small park near a car park. That sort of scent of aroma. That level of English springtime. Now let's pull this apart. Here we are. They have actually wrapped it as a gift of sorts. So here we are, you can see. Let's open it up. I can't really hold both. Let's do it. Ooh, it's vinyl. Ooh. Oh yes, the first whiff. Let's. Oh, now. This smells of expensive car, but not cheap pleather car, expensive car. Summer's day. Expensive pencils is definitely in there. The laughter of a child. and a bouquet of flowers not from a petrol station, not from a co-op, not from a Sainsbury's, potentially a Waitrose, which is, as you all know, a high quality flower. Let us remove the rest of the sheath and we shall take it out. Now, to remove the wrapping, I could use this for something later. Now, let's take a look. We need to use our eyes for this part. It's very important. So, here we have the console itself. Now, I am a small man and this is quite large. Still not someone trying to drive by, steal my console. So, it's heavy enough that should you want to do some light arm exercises at your desk, anything with an arm extended, this would actually provide a good workout. That's how heavy it is. I would not recommend doing this. This is very important piece of kit and you can buy some very cheap dumbbells. So that's the kind of weight. It's the kind of weight that if you held it out in front of you, after about a minute, you would feel very tired and weak and your arms would shake. That's how heavy it is. Now, in terms of tactility, it has many different textures, so just bear with me. Now, of course it's plastic. It's not incredibly smooth, but you wouldn't want that from a console. Not incredibly smooth. There is a softness to it. But enough grippage. Should you want to hold it out in front of you, it would be semi-okay. There is a sweaty patch on the bottom from my hand. So it's rubberized. It's sturdily attached. This, if you place the console upright on this position, it's not going anywhere. I would guess, and this is not factually correct, I would guess you could manage about a 1% incline without it falling over. This is not a fact, I just made that up. Now, in terms of the ventilation within, you can see at the top here, it's not flat, it is a curved surface, reminiscent of old school physics games, or Qbert or something. Within it, the outside is black, but you do have the green luster within. Perhaps actually there's a small fireplace inside if we angle it correctly. Here we are. So yes, it's just below the surface. The tactility feels nice. The curve it draws you in. You were outside, but you've been drawn in. You're here, you're inside now, they've brought you in, you are now at one with the console, which I presume was a design aesthetic. At the back, oh yes, okay, at the front, my hands are getting rather sweaty now. We have the front port and the USB. We have the logo here, little shiny logo. At the back, delicious amount of plugs for you. And I'm sure you've seen these before, but let's go through it once more. Yes. Actually see all the way inside there. Can you see that? Yes. It's important to have aeration. As those of you who know from my previous consoles, I am a fan of putting things on baking trays to give added aeration. It's a very useful tip. Okay, so in terms of smell of the insides, it's sad because the initial smells of inanimate objects are so pungent at the start, so strong and so evocative. And then after a while, smells fade, memories pass, and we're just left alone in our Huntingdon estate with our game console. Oh, it smells like hope. It smells like promise. It smells like not having to chat with your family if you don't want to over the festive period, which is really the only smell I think people want. An option to opt out of family life. So, What it reminds me of is from the great movie 2001 A Space Odyssey, a monolith. The objet that started it all. And whilst we are not monkeys, perhaps this is the dawning of a new era that will have a really weird ending that no one understands, about a guy in a bed, and then the film ends and you're like, what just happened? Which I suppose is quite prevalent and similar to life. Now, I'm going to choose a particular corner. I won't lick near where the button is, because I feel that that's a bit, I do no moisture. These very dry wipes, by the way. It's very important. Dry wipage. Give it a good clean. And then I take my secondary, palette cleanse. Lest we forget. Now, I feel like it's important for important things to have weight. As was said in the great movie Jurassic Park, is it heavy? Then it's expensive. And that's all we want. We just want to feel expensive. This feels expensive. This feels rich. And that's all we need. Right, let's have a taste. We've had a smell. Definitely getting pencils again. A drier crisp, perhaps. Like if a Pringle had no flavour. It does have a pringly texture. To have the full palette with him. It tastes like dreams. Now, whilst I do realise that dreams could mean anything to anyone, they taste like good, solid dreams. The nice ones, your staple core dreams. Nothing too crazy. But then in terms of taste, you wouldn't want your Xbox to taste too crazy, because then you'd eat it and you'd never play any video games. I might wipe that down now. Yes, so are there any further questions in terms of the sensory unboxing that you feel like I have not answered? And I shall endeavour to answer them. Palette cleanse. Clean up is important. Why, thank you, Kyle. Fernando, I am happy to do many multi-sensory unboxings whenever you like, really. Just for, whilst you're sending those questions in, just for a bit of reference, let's take my current Xbox. Here we are. Oh, this means I've got to hold them at the same time. So they are actually, apparently this is illegal. To stay still, their vision is based on movement. They are basically the same height. And actually, I have to say, I prefer the more, in terms of weight, they're not too dissimilar. But I have to say, I do prefer having a more symmetrical box shape. I feel like it will, not that I would ever want to disguise or hide the fact that I am a gamer. It's quite nice to have something that can blend within a bookcase, should you want to blend it. And with the right kind of lighting within any room, you can really show it off, should you want to show it off or hide it. It really is open to interpretation depending on what kind of lifestyle you lead and how angry your flatmate is that you keep putting games consoles in your lounge. Okay. Is there a separate power supply? No, it's just a simple kettle lead. So, I've lost everything now. Where did it go? What happens after I lit everything? Yes, it's just a kettle lead. I can't find anything now. It's a kettle lead. I can see from the back of the console. So yes, there is a power supply in there. There is an HDMI cable. I do kind of understand how other companies are thinking about not supplying cable. I mean, I don't know about you. Maybe that's just me, but I have so many cables, like boxes. I had to streamline my cable box. I basically had 2 boxes of cables with SCART leads in there. And you think to yourself, no one even makes anything that fits a SCART lead anymore. Why would you keep that? So I have got rid of, would the cat like the box? Absolutely. Now, with the larger cardboard box, you could fashion it into a poo station, as one of my old flatmates used to say about his cat litter box with an encompassing top on it. So you could do that. For the main Xbox box, definitely. If you ever needed to present your cat to guests who've come to your house or bailiffs, if they've turned up, it would really freak them out. Should you open the door and you say, yes, I have the payment, it's within here, and you just open it up and a cat comes out, I don't think you'll see them again too soon, mainly because they think that you're a little bit mad. Go through the manual. What there isn't, there is actually, it's more guidelines really than anything. I've got the product guide and warranty, but just in terms of actual, this is it. See, look, there's a fireplace in this as well, if you angle it right. It's very straightforward. I mean, there's not terribly much to say, is there? So, in terms of, this is about as in-depth as I am able to go at this juncture. I will be, now that I've done the unboxing with you all, setting the console up so that whence the embargo lifts, we can then have a future discussion about everything that is contained within. How sexy are the buttons when you press them? Oh, actually, yes, let's get some audio on that. It's a slight click, a tiny depression. You see, so it's very small, very slight, but slight sound, bigger depression than you think. I very much hope, Tom, that Phil is not watching this. How many Ferrero Rochers tall is it? As a Ferrero Rocher is exactly the height of my thumb, as I demanded that they were designed that way, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Ferrero Rochers should you want to create a matching tower to go next to your Xbox. Why, thank you, Noz. That's very kind. I mean, as I said before, technical specifications and, console exclusives are important, and it's something to factor in when you are buying a console. It's an expensive purchase for a lot of people, so you have to think about how you're going to go about it to get the best value for money. So these are things to factor in. But I feel now that most people are aware of the technical specifications and in terms of the games that are coming out. So I felt that the smell and the touch suddenly become a lot more important, and I just really wanted to normalize stroking an Xbox console on a live stream and it not be weird, because we've all done it. Don't tell me you haven't stroked your Xbox. We all have. There's something very calming about it. And I don't have a pet, so this is the next best thing. Is the box big enough to send your children away to boarding school for a proper education to help them grow into adulthood to live up to the family's high expectations? You could probably fit a small child, perhaps under 2, should you want to send them away to boarding school at that age. But they would have to squidge together into a very small ball to fit within. And they probably wouldn't be very happy about it, and you might also get arrested. So, pluses and minuses to that. No, what do you mean no one stroked their Xbox? Have you not? Of a cold night, huddled together for warmth and just... I admit there's more corners than most cats have, but it still provides me with the sort of calming homeliness that I need to feel of a winter evening. Why, thank you, Kyle. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of game content made by a lot of people who are a lot more talented, I'm sure, than me. So why not wrap things up here? If there aren't any further questions for myself, I'm very glad that they moved the embargo forward so that you could all join me. I'm terribly sorry about the stream mix-up. I will sort that out for next time. But yes, I shall be back tomorrow on Twitch for... yes, we're doing Am I the Arsehole tomorrow with Fable on Twitch. And then we will have Friday Fields, and hopefully, if I can wrangle Mr. Jesse Cox, he shall be joining me on Thursday evening after the stream for a famous first. But it'll be I'm wrangling him at the moment, but it's looking hopeful. It's looking good. So yes, thank you ever so much for joining me. It's been lovely. I'm very excited that I can now set this console up because I wasn't allowed to until I'd showed it all to you and opened it fresh. So hopefully that's helpful. It will maybe inform your purchases of what you're going to spend your money on. But if I don't see you before, I will see you tomorrow evening at 5:30 as usual. So have a lovely, lovely evening. I am now going to figure out how to turn off the stream because I've got 4,000 tabs open because I got really confused at the start. Here we are, yes. I really want to do more of these. This was really stupid fun. Yeah. Sorry. Right. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Don't forget to drop in on the Discord and have a chat about any further questions about the Xbox, should you want to know what other bits taste like, etc. Thank you ever so much for the stream. I will see you anon. Thank you. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, as apparently that's what YouTubers say, but I don't know, I'm not really one.